Hello folks, this is Cy. I wanted to give you a brief video demonstration of smart climate control with voice functionality added to it. What you're looking at here is the Ecobee3 smart thermostat, which is also paired with a set of remote sensors that helps make it smarter. You'll see the sensors I have in place are in my guest bedroom, master bedroom, living room, and of course it shows a sensor built into the thermostat itself. And basically the ideology is it measures temperature in the rooms that you use and that you don't use the most often. So in this case, like if the bedroom is unoccupied, then it's going to ignore the temperature of the bedroom. However, in this house, the living room tends to be occupied. I have a roommate, so the guest bedroom may be occupied a bit. So it'll go based off of the occupancy, and the temperature of those rooms, and go from there to run the heat or run the cold. In my home setting, I've got the thermostat set to 78 for the cold and 60 for the heat. So basically, if the temperature of an occupied room drops below 78, it'll run the cool air on the AC. If it drops below 60, it'll run the heat. So now with this system, I've also integrated it with smart vents, which I have one in each of my bedrooms right now. I have 3 bedrooms. This is the one in my office, and you can see it barely through the grating that I've got it completely closed. Now what I'm going to show you is along with this device, this is an Amazon Tap, which is an Echo based device. Essentially it's a $50 cheaper version of the Echo, a little smaller, but some of the unique things between it and the Echo is this has a rechargeable battery built in. It comes with a little stand you can sit it on to charge it while it sits, like in my living room. This blue sleeve you see on it's an optional accessory for like if you're taking it on a trip. Like actually earlier this month I took it on a camping trip and basically had it paired via Bluetooth, which I don't know if you can see it. There's a Bluetooth button there. There's also a line-in jack and a micro USB jack. But over Bluetooth I was able to stream music off of a tablet I had sitting in the tent. And of course I have skip forward, skip back, volume up, down, play, pause control right on top. The button in front is for the voice control functionality, which if integrated properly, you can stream music off of Amazon Prime, or in my case you can integrate it with your smart home system. So what I'm going to show you here is voice control over some of the smart home functions, in this case with the vent. So let's try this. Set the office vent to 100%.
Okay.
And you can see after a short delay, now it's opened the vent to 100% open. Set the office vent to 50%.
Sorry, I couldn't find a device or group named Office Event in Adam's profile.
Now you see there it thought I said office event, so you have to be clear in your speech sometimes, which unfortunately I've been drinking a little bit tonight, so I may be slurring a little bit. Let me try that again. Set the office vent to 50%.
Sorry, I couldn't find a device or group named Office Event in Adam's profile.
That's what I get for being lit. Let me try it one more time. Set the office vent to 50%.
Okay.
Yep, you see it got it there. Now, along with the vents, of course, I actually have a smart dimmer installed here, which is for my hallway light. I have a couple other dimmers spread throughout the house, but I actually have voice control over that too, as well as your typical manual control. If you just press down, it'll dim it off. If you press up, It'll dim it on to whatever your last dim setting was. Now, I have voice control over that now, so I can show you how that works. Turn off the hallway light.
Okay.
Turn on the hallway light.
Okay.
Dim the hallway light to 50%.
Okay.
Dim the hallway light to 20%.
Okay.
So you can see how that works a little bit. Set the hallway light to 100%.
Okay.
All right, now coming over to the thermostat. I haven't perfected this part of my code yet. Like, I can get it to recognize commands, but when I tell it a specific thermostat setting, what I've noticed is the slider bars, they adjust in a way, to where it's like, on average, I think I've noticed it's like within 10 degrees of the setting. So basically, if it gets too cold, it adjusts. If it gets too hot, it adjusts. But right now, as you see, I've got 7860 for the threshold for my home setting. You can see it shows home and holding. There's also an away setting and a sleep setting, if you will, which basically, with the presence detectors I have integrated into like my phone as well as my roommate's keychain, the smart home knows, whether we're home or not. And when it detects we're away, it sends a signal automatically to the Ecobee3, to set it to away mode. Which there's also a way to manually go in, and I could set away for now or home for now manually through the menu if I want, and also through my my smartphone and my tablet that I have programmed to work with it. But I'll give you one example of voice control of the Ecobee3. Set my Ecobee3 to 74 degrees.
My Ecobee3 is already set to 74.
That shouldn't be the case, but let me try a different setting. Set my Ecobee3 to 72 degrees.
My Ecobee3 is in auto mode, aiming for 72.
And actually, my AC just kicked on, like just after it issued that command. Now, if you look at the sliders, you'll notice, there's like a 5-degree ratio there. And that's why it kicked on, because the cooling set itself to 75 on the high end of the ratio. But you can see the response time, on kicking the actual unit on was very quick. Now I'm going to just go into my quick setting here. Nope, not away. Home for now. And that'll set it back to the preset configuration very quickly. As you can see there, it's back to the 78 to 60 threshold. But that gives you at least a quick demonstration of smart climate control with smart vents, with added voice capability thrown into the mix. I'll put out another video here in the near future once I get the rest of the vents in to show how the system works fully automated. Because the whole idea in my mind is, I shouldn't really have to tell it to open vents or close vents or whatnot. If it's really that smart, then it should do all that work for me, which I should have the code finalized to where it'll do just that. So more to come in the near future. Thanks and have a great night.